What is going on, guys? G Harp here. Let's talk Halo Infinite Sandbox updates. Halo Studios just came out with their live stream showing off what's coming to Operation Frontlines, which is their next update. We're going to talk about Sandbox updates today. So, the biggest one right off the bat is the inclusion of the fuel rod spanker. Now, if you're watching the live stream, you know that this looks kind of like a rocket launcher that they've heavily modified. And that's honestly really what it is. So it's a 6-shot mag instead of 2 like you would get a rocket launcher. It does pretty much look like spanker shots going out. It's not custom model. It's not the one that you're expecting from the older Halos, but it definitely is a heavily modified rocket launcher. I think it looks pretty good given the skeleton crew that they have. This is kind of what they have the ability to do at this point. Let's be honest here. They're working on newer Halos, so this is not super unexpected that this is what we would see. But it is cool to have a new power weapon in the sandbox that we can utilize. So I think that's a win. Could be better, but still a win. And along with the spanker, there's also some updates to weapons that we have to talk about, and some big ones. Let's get things kicked off here with the Heat Wave. Now, the Heat Wave is a shotgun style weapon, as you guys are mostly aware. It really is deadly in both close range and long range. So to make that change a little bit, they've done two things to the Heat Wave to kind of keep it more of a shotgun style instead of a long range weapon as well. So the biggest thing that they've done is that they've kind of changed the way that the spread happens. So the spread on the bullet is getting bigger, and they've also decrease the rounds per second. So it's a little bit slower to fire now. So definitely a nerf on the Heat Wave. Should be a lot less accurate at range, and also shouldn't be as powerful as before given the decrease in rounds per second. Stalker Rifle is also getting a small nerf. It's going from 2.3 to 2.2 rounds per second. So really what this means is that it's slightly slower to fire than normal. So, before you can just really destroy people with it on, let's say, streets. Now it's going to be a little bit tougher to do that, but still a very powerful weapon you want to pick up. The Disruptor is also getting a nerf. One of the things that they point out is that it's very effective long range, even though it's a pistol. So they're going to decrease the ability of it to shoot long range. The angle of incident is going to be changed. The error angle and the minimum error angle are going to be changed to make sure that this happens. It's also going to have its bloom reset slower, so it's going to be slower to kind of get back to accuracy. So it's keeping the EMP ability that they brought back, but it is going to be changed to be nerfed much more so at long range than previously. In rank, it's also going to have a little bit less ammo in it because it's one of the weapons that's been GA'd throughout the competitive scene. So big changes coming to the Disruptor. Going to be a little less useful than previously and get it more in line to a pistol weapon. Now on to the Bulldog. The Bulldog shotgun is also getting an update. It's a very impactful weapon if you played with it before. It's also currently on the GA list. The biggest thing that they're changing is they're taking off the headshot modifier. So now if you get a headshot with it, it's not going to give you the extra damage that a headshot would give. And they're also detuning the rounds per second, so it's a little bit less rounds per second going forward here. Still a very powerful weapon, and still something worth picking up, but slightly different and slight nerf compared to the previous iteration. The shock rifle is really getting nerfed, and this is one of the biggest changes coming to the sandbox. On the live stream, they point out that a lot of people don't even scope in when they're using it, so they wanted to decrease the auto aim and the magnetism. So those really took a big decrease. So it's going to be a lot harder to hit headshots without scoping in than it was previously. This is to keep it more in line with what most people would expect a sniper rifle type weapon to have. You're not going to see as many crazy no scopes is basically the change here. AR is also getting an update. It's going to have its initial accuracy improved. So when you're starting to shoot initially, it's going to be a lot more accurate than it was previously, giving you some ability to kind of keep up, because what they've also done is they've changed the way that the bloom works. So the bloom will expand a lot more, and its headshot multiplier is not going to be there anymore. So as you continue to fire, it's going to get less and less accurate, and you're not going to get that headshot multiplier like you did previously. So they're trying to bring it in line to what you would expect for an AR close range weapon. So definitely a nerf, but they're giving you a little bit of something else to kind of offset that. Now on to grenades. So grenades are getting quite an update as well. They're going to be, number one, a lot more bouncy. So on the live stream, they showed that grenades are going to bounce more than they have previously. So you're going to get a lot more ricocheting, a lot more crazy action happening. The other thing that they've done, and probably the biggest change, is that they've increased the cast time. So that basically means how long does it take to throw one grenade from another? I've increased that substantially to get it more in line with other Halos. It was, if you're looking at the chart, by far the smallest cast time in any Halo. So trying to make the grenades not as powerful and not as straightforward as before to get them more in line with where they've been with Halos in the past. And then we're on to movement. Movement is also getting a change. This is probably the biggest change and the thing that most people are most excited for. Strafe acceleration is getting a big nerf. So this is going to mean that the jiggle peaking that we're seeing and that's infecting all of Halo at higher levels at this point should be going away. So when your Spartan goes from side to side, it's a lot slower and a lot less sudden than it was previously. Very, very good change. Most people think this brings it more in line with older Halos as well. So you're not going to be able to jiggle peak corners with a DMR as much as you can now. So big W, big change, really, really good stuff right there. And to cap things off, we have a new mode added. Assault is coming back to Halo. If you're a longtime Halo fan, I'm sure you've played this mode before. Very, very popular back in the day, playing One Bomb Sanctuary in Halo 2. But it is making its return. So we're getting it added to multiple playlists. You're going to see it in ranked. You're going to see it in social. You have one bomb. The goal is to get it to the end zone on each side of the field. There's only one bomb at a time if you've never played this before, which means you're battling for that bomb. Somebody has to carry it. It's really fun. There's a lot of cool stuff that you can do with it. So really awesome to see them bring back a classic game mode that we have not seen anything from for years. So very, very nice to see that included. Should increase the variety a little bit instead of just capture the flag and oddball. So great to bring that back, Halo Studio. But those are the Sandbox updates. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments section if you have any questions. Like, subscribe, do all that. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you in the next one.